My child, I know the question that's been echoing in your heart. You've whispered it in quiet moments. You've thought it late at night when everything finally goes still. You've wondered why heaven feels quiet when your need feels loud. You've been asking, why does God feel silent right now? Listen to me closely. My silence is not absence. It is intention. If I were distant, you would feel empty. But you don't feel empty. You feel stretched. You feel unsettled. You feel like something is shifting inside you, even when nothing around you has changed. That is because I am working deeper than noise. There are seasons when I speak loudly to guide you, and there are seasons when I go quiet to grow you. You have been listening for answers, but I have been shaping your discernment. You have been waiting for direction, but I have been strengthening your trust. I know it feels uncomfortable when you don't hear me the way you used to. I know it makes you second-guess yourself. I know it tempts you to think you did something wrong. You didn't. This silence is not punishment. It is preparation. There are levels of faith that only develop when you choose to keep walking without constant reassurance, when you choose obedience without immediate clarity, when you choose me even when emotions don't confirm my presence. You are in that place now. You are learning to stand, not because you feel strong, but because you know who holds you. I have already spoken enough to guide your next step. What you are waiting for is not new instruction. It is confirmation of what you already know. And that is why I am quiet. Because if I keep repeating myself, you will rely on sound instead of faith. But if you trust what I've already placed in your heart, you will grow into the kind of strength that does not collapse when answers are delayed. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are not being ignored. You are being matured. I am teaching you to recognize my presence without needing constant proof. To move forward without needing everything explained. To trust me, even when the path feels unfamiliar. This is how leaders are formed. This is how deep faith is built. This is how your roots grow strong enough to hold the weight of what is coming. Stay where you are. Do not panic. Do not rush. Do not assume silence means denial. I am closer than you think. And what I am doing in this quiet season will soon make sense in ways words could never explain. My child, there is something important you must understand about this quiet season you are in. Silence does not mean nothing is happening. It means something sacred is happening beneath the surface. You have been used to hearing me clearly when decisions were simple and your faith was still learning to stand. But now your spirit has grown, and I'm inviting you into a deeper way of knowing me. You are learning to recognize my guidance, not only through words, but through peace, through restraint, through discernment that gently pulls you away from what looks right, but isn't aligned. This is why you felt unsettled around certain choices lately. Why some options no longer give you excitement, even though they once did. Why your heart hesitates where it used to rush ahead. That is me guiding you, without speaking loudly. I am teaching you to trust my presence more than my explanations. You keep looking for signs, but I am building stability. You keep waiting for clarity, but I am forming confidence in your spirit. If I told you everything at once, you would depend on information. But if I allow you to walk step by step, you will depend on me. And that is where true faith lives. This silence is also revealing what you have been leaning on besides me. Old habits, old voices, old patterns of thinking. They feel louder now because my voice is quieter. Not to confuse you, but to show you what must be released. I am removing crutches so your faith can stand on its own. You are not being abandoned. You are being strengthened. Soon, you will look back and realize this was the season your spirit learned how to listen deeply, how to wait patiently, and how to move with wisdom instead of urgency. Do not interpret quiet as rejection. Do not mistake stillness for delay. I am preparing you to hear me clearly again. But next time, my words will carry you farther than they ever have before. Stay with me. You are exactly where you need to be. My child, I know this silence has tested your heart. It has exposed fears you didn't know were still there. It has made you question whether you are truly hearing me or only hearing your own thoughts. But listen carefully. This is not confusion. This is refinement. When I quiet the noise around you, I also quiet the distractions within you. That is why thoughts you buried long ago have started rising again. That is why unresolved emotions have come back to the surface. I am not reopening old wounds to hurt you. I am healing them completely so they no longer control your future. You have been carrying weight that was never meant to go with you into the next chapter. And in silence, there is nowhere for that weight to hide. This is where your faith becomes personal, not borrowed, not emotional, not dependent on constant reassurance. You are learning to walk with me without needing to feel me every moment, to obey me without immediate confirmation, to trust me even when your heart feels uncertain. That kind of faith cannot be rushed. You are not failing because you feel unsure. You are growing because you choose to keep moving even while unsure. This is why I have slowed you down. This is why I have allowed unanswered questions. This is why I have kept some doors closed. You are being protected from choices that would have cost you peace later, from relationships that would have distracted your purpose, from paths that looked right but would have led you away from me. I know it's difficult to trust what you cannot see, but faith was never meant to rely on sight. Soon, I will speak again, and when I do, my voice will bring clarity, direction, and peace all at once. Until then, remain steady, remain humble, remain open. Because this quiet season is not the end of your story. It is the foundation of the strength you are about to walk in. My child, there is a reason this season feels heavier than the ones before it. It is because what I am shaping in you now will carry more responsibility, more influence, and more purpose than anything you've held before. Growth always comes with weight. In earlier seasons, you needed encouragement. Now, you need endurance. Before, you needed answers. Now, you need depth. That is why I am allowing you to sit in the quiet, so your faith can develop roots, not just reactions. You have been tempted to go back to what felt familiar, to return to patterns that once brought comfort, to reopen doors I gently closed. But comfort is not the same as calling. I did not bring you this far to let you settle for something that only feels safe. I am leading you into something that will require courage, consistency, and trust beyond emotion. This is why your old ways of coping no longer satisfy you. This is why distractions feel empty. This is why noise no longer brings peace. You are outgrowing what once sustained you, and that can feel lonely, even when you are not alone. I know you've wondered why others don't seem to understand this season, why explanations feel impossible, why you've chosen silence instead of trying to make people see your heart. That is wisdom forming. Not everything you are carrying is meant to be explained to everyone. Some things are meant to be carried with me alone. Soon, your obedience in the quiet will produce clarity in the open. Your patience now will protect your peace later. Your faith without evidence will unlock favor you didn't force. Do not rush out of this season. Do not numb it. Do not compare it. What I am building in you here will steady you when life becomes louder again. Stay anchored. Stay faithful. Stay near me. This silence is not pushing you away. It is pulling you deeper. My child, I see how you've tried to stay strong even when uncertainty pressed against your heart. I see how you've kept moving forward without the reassurance you once relied on. That perseverance matters more than you realize. There are moments when I allow you to walk without clear answers so you can discover how deeply rooted your trust has become. Not trusting in outcomes, but trust in me. You've been tempted to ask for signs, to look for confirmation everywhere, to seek clarity through voices that cannot hear what I am saying to you. But this season is teaching you something sacred. Not every decision requires noise. Not every step requires applause. Not every answer requires immediate understanding. Sometimes, obedience is quiet. You are learning to listen with your spirit, not just your ears. To discern peace, not chase certainty. This is why I have been drawing you inward, not to isolate you, but to align you. When your heart is aligned with mine, you will recognize when to move without needing explanation. You will know when to wait without feeling anxious. You will sense when to let go without resentment. That is spiritual maturity. I know you felt the pull between what you want now and what you know you must wait for, between ease and obedience. But what I have prepared for you cannot be carried by impatience. It requires steadiness. It requires wisdom. It requires a heart that trusts me, even when the path feels unclear. You are not being tested to fail. You are being trained to lead. Soon, you will walk with confidence where you once hesitated. You will stand firm where you once doubted. You will hear me clearly because you learned how to listen when I was quiet. Do not underestimate this season. It is shaping the strongest version of your faith. I am still with you. I am still guiding you. And everything you need is being formed within you, right now. My child, there is a moment coming when you will realize that this quiet season changed you more than any loud victory ever could. You are learning how to remain steady without constant reassurance, how to stay faithful without immediate reward, how to keep choosing me even when emotions try to pull you elsewhere. That is not weakness. That is discipline of the spirit. I know there were days when you felt unseen, when you wondered if your obedience mattered, when you questioned whether staying patient was costing you opportunities. But hear me clearly. Nothing you surrendered was lost. Nothing you released was wasted. Nothing you waited on will return empty. I was protecting you from arriving too early, from receiving things before you were ready to carry them wisely, from stepping into rooms that would have drained you instead of developed you. Sometimes I delay blessings, not because you're unworthy, but because you're valuable. You are becoming someone who will not be easily shaken by praise or destroyed by criticism. Someone who will not chase approval or fear rejection. Someone who knows who they are because they know me. This is why your faith has been tested quietly. Public victories come later. Private formation comes first. And when I begin to speak again, you will notice it feels different, clearer, heavier, more settled, because the voice you are hearing then will be speaking to a heart that has learned how to trust without needing constant proof. Remain faithful in this place. Remain humble in this season. Remain open to my leading. What I am building inside you will soon carry you into things you once prayed for, but were not ready to receive. I am not distant. I am deliberate, and everything is unfolding exactly as it should. My child, there is something important I need you to understand right now. This season is not about speed. It is about alignment. You have been asking me, why is it taking so long? But what you do not see is how carefully I am positioning you so that when the moment comes, nothing will be forced and nothing will be fragile. If I rushed you, you would arrive successful, but empty, strong on the outside, but uncertain on the inside. I refuse to give you something that costs you your peace. That is why I am teaching you how to breathe again, how to be still without feeling guilty, how to rest without feeling like you are falling behind. You were not created to live anxious. You were created to live anchored. I know your mind has been heavy. Thoughts looping late at night, questions with no immediate answers. But even in your silence, I have been speaking. Through conviction, through restraint, through moments where you chose calm instead of reaction. Those choices mattered more than you realize. You are learning discernment, learning when to walk away without explaining yourself, learning when to stay quiet and let me defend you, learning that not every door is meant to be knocked on. This wisdom will protect you later. Soon, you will notice that things no longer trigger you the way they used to. What once pulled you into confusion will no longer have power over you. That is growth. Quiet, unseen, but real. And when opportunity meets you again, you will not chase it. You will recognize it, because peace will accompany it. Do not underestimate this chapter. It is shaping your future decisions, your relationships, your leadership, your endurance. Stay with me here. Do not rush past what I am teaching you. What feels slow now will soon make perfect sense. I am preparing you not just to receive blessings, but to sustain them. My beloved, listen closely now, because what I am about to tell you will change how you see yourself. You have been measuring your life by what you have not achieved yet, but I have been measuring you by how much you have endured. without losing your heart. You think strength looks like pushing harder, but true strength is choosing trust when everything in you wants control. I have watched you surrender plans you once begged me for. I saw the tears you did not show anyone when you realized that some dreams had to die so better ones could live. That was not loss. That was obedience. And obedience always carries a reward, even when it feels lonely at first. There are things I am removing from you, not because they were bad, but because they were too small for where I am taking you. Old patterns, old attachments, old versions of you that could not survive the next level. You are not being stripped. You are being refined. This is why your spirit has felt sensitive lately, why loud places feel heavier, why shallow conversations tire you. Your soul is maturing, and you can no longer live where depth is avoided. I am sharpening your inner voice, teaching you to recognize mind without noise, without signs, without constant reassurance. Soon, you will know when something is from me, not because it excites you, but because it settles you. Do not fear the stillness around you. I am not distant in it. I am closer than ever, working beneath the surface, aligning people you have not met yet, opening doors you are not ready to see yet. Remain faithful in the unseen. Remain gentle in the waiting. Remain humble in the growth. You are becoming someone your past prayers would not even recognize. And that is exactly how I planned it. Stay with me. We are not finished yet. My child, I know the quiet fear you carry, the question you rarely say out loud. Am I really becoming who I'm supposed to be? Hear me clearly now. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not forgotten. I have been moving your life at the pace your soul can sustain. If I had given you everything sooner, it would have crushed you. If I had revealed the full picture earlier, you would have tried to control it. So I taught you patience by letting you walk without seeing the end of the road. There were seasons where obedience felt unrewarded, where silence felt like rejection, where your prayers returned to you without answers. But even then, I was protecting you from shortcuts that would have cost you peace. Do you see now how some delays saved you? How some closed doors kept you from breaking yourself, trying to fit into spaces that were never meant to hold you? I have been healing your identity, separating who you are from what you do, from what you earn, from who approves of you. That is why I let you stand alone sometimes, so your worth would no longer depend on being chosen by people who do not know your value. You are learning to walk with me without applause, to serve without being seen, to believe without proof. This is not weakness. This is maturity. Very soon, you will notice a shift. Not dramatic, not loud, but undeniable. Confidence will replace confusion. Peace will replace pressure. Clarity will replace comparison. And when that moment comes, you will understand why I asked you to trust me when nothing made sense. Remain close to me now. Do not rush this season. What I am building in you is meant to last. Stay here with me, my child. I want you to slow your heart for a moment and listen, not with your ears, but with the place inside you that still hopes even after disappointment. I know you have learned how to smile while carrying questions, how to move forward while parts of you still ache, how to say, "I'm fine," when you are really just enduring. But I never asked you to endure alone. I see the weight you've been carrying silently. Responsibility that came too early. Expectations that grew too heavy. Dreams you had to place on a shelf because survival demanded your attention. You didn't fail. You adapted. And I was with you in every adjustment you made to stay standing. There were moments when you thought I was distant, but I was closer than ever, holding you steady while you learned how to walk without leaning on approval. I allowed you to feel uncertain so you would stop trusting what is unstable. I allowed you to feel exposed so you would learn that your safety is in me, not in outcomes. Listen carefully now. The season ahead will not look like the season behind. You will not have to fight the same battles twice. What exhausted you before will not define you again. I am teaching you discernment, to know when to wait and when to move, to recognize doors that are mine, not by how easy they are, but by the peace they carry. Soon, you will stop asking, "Is this enough?" Because you will know that I am enough walking with you. You are becoming steady, rooted, unshaken by noise. Even now, things are aligning quietly, not for attention, but for purpose. Trust the stillness. Trust the shaping. Trust my timing. I am not preparing a moment for you. I am preparing you for the moment. Stay close. My child, there is something important I need you to understand right now. The calm you are learning to walk in is not weakness. It is maturity. You used to react quickly to words, to silence, to rejection, to fear of losing what mattered to you. But now, you pause, you breathe, you listen. That is me strengthening you from the inside. I am teaching you how to remain steady even when life is uncertain, how to stand firm without becoming hard, how to be gentle without being fragile. This growth feels quiet, but it is powerful. You are no longer driven by urgency. You are learning obedience. You are no longer chasing validation. You are learning identity. And yes, it feels lonely at times. Not because you are abandoned, but because you are being separated from what can no longer follow you. Some people will not understand the version of you I am forming. Some will feel uncomfortable with your boundaries. Some will try to pull you back into old patterns. Do not be afraid of that. I am pruning, not punishing. Removing what drains you so you can carry what is meant for you. You are stepping into a season where your peace will speak louder than your explanations, where your consistency will matter more than your speed, where your faith will be seen in how you wait. I know you want clarity, answers, timelines, certainty, but what I'm giving you now is something greater. I am giving you trust. Trust that when you move, I will move with you. Trust that when you stop, I will protect you. Trust that even when you can't see ahead, I already stand there. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be to become who you are called to be. Remain with me. My child, let me speak to the part of you that quietly wonders if this steady path will truly lead somewhere meaningful. I see the moments when you look around and feel like others are moving faster, achieving more, being noticed sooner. And a question rises in your heart. Am I falling behind? Listen to me carefully. What looks like delay to you is actually alignment. I am not racing you against anyone else. I am positioning you for endurance. Some blessings require speed, but the ones you've been praying for, the ones that last, the ones that protect your soul, the ones that don't collapse under pressure, those require preparation. That is why I have slowed you down. I am teaching you discernment before I give you influence. I am teaching you humility before I give you authority. I am teaching you dependence before I give you increase. Because I love you too much to give you something that would break you instead of bless you. You are learning how to hear me in the quiet, how to trust me without constant reassurance, how to walk forward without needing applause. This season is shaping your character, the part of you that will sustain everything I place in your hands later. And yes, it is uncomfortable to grow without visible results. It stretches your faith. It tests your patience. It reveals what you truly believe about me. But understand this, I am not asking you to wait without purpose. I am asking you to grow without panic. Every day you choose obedience. Every time you resist fear. Every moment you stay faithful when no one is watching. You are building a foundation that storms cannot destroy. You may not see the harvest yet, but the roots are deepening. You may not feel celebrated, but you are becoming secure. You may feel unseen by people, but you are fully seen by me. Hold your position. Remain anchored. What I am preparing for you will require the strength you are developing right now. Stay close to me, my child. There is something else your heart needs to hear right now. I know there are nights when you lie awake, replaying conversations, rethinking decisions, wondering if you missed something that could have changed everything. You question yourself. You question your choices. Sometimes, you even question me. And I am not offended by that. I see how deeply you care. I see how seriously you take your calling. I see how much pressure you quietly carry to get it right. But listen to me gently now. You are not behind. You are not late. And you have not ruined your future. If one mistake could cancel what I have planned for you, then my plans would not be eternal. I am greater than your missteps. I am stronger than your doubts. I am patient enough to guide you even when you feel unsure. Some of the turns you regret were actually detours that protected you from roads you were not ready to walk yet. Some doors that closed did not close because you failed. They closed because I saw what you could not. And even now, while you're trying to figure everything out, I am already working ahead of you. I am arranging conversations. I am softening hearts. I am aligning timing. I am preparing spaces where you will feel peace, not pressure. You don't have to carry the future alone. Your responsibility is not to control outcomes. Your responsibility is to stay connected to me. When you walk with me, even uncertainty becomes guidance. Even confusion becomes clarity in time. Even setbacks become lessons that strengthen your faith. So, release the weight of needing to have all the answers. I will guide your steps one moment at a time. I will open what needs to open and close what needs to close. Trust me with what you cannot yet see. You are exactly where I can reach you, shape you, and lead you forward. Stay with me. My child, come closer in your heart, because what I'm about to tell you is something you've been feeling but haven't been able to put into words. There is a quiet fear inside you, the fear of becoming tired before the promise arrives, the fear of waiting so long that hope begins to feel heavy, the fear that one day you might stop expecting anything at all. I see that fear, and I want you to know, you are not weak for feeling it. Waiting does not mean you lack faith. It means you are human and still choosing to trust me. Some seasons stretch longer, not to test your patience, but to deepen your roots. Because what I am preparing for you cannot be sustained by surface-level strength. It requires a heart that knows how to lean on me, even when emotions fluctuate. That is why I have been teaching you how to rest without quitting, how to breathe without giving up, how to hope quietly without needing constant signs. You think you are barely holding on, but I see you growing in ways that will soon become undeniable. You are learning discernment. You are learning restraint. You are learning to hear my voice over the noise of fear and comparison. And yes, there are days when your motivation disappears. Days when prayer feels dry. Days when silence feels louder than answers. But even then, you still come back to me. That matters more than you know, because consistency, not intensity, is what builds a life that can carry blessing without breaking. I am not asking you to be strong every day. I am asking you to stay. Stay when emotions shift. Stay when progress feels invisible. Stay when others move ahead faster than you. Stay when you feel forgotten. Because you are not forgotten, you are being formed. And when the moment comes, when the door opens, when the shift happens, when the answer arrives, you will realize that this season did not delay you. It prepared you. Stay with me, my child. This is where I want you to rest your heart, not in fear, not in overthinking, not in wondering how or when, but in me. You have walked through confusion without quitting. You have carried questions without letting go of faith. You have felt tired, yet you stayed. And because you stayed, I am bringing you into a season where peace will no longer feel distant. I am not late. I am not silent. I am not unsure about your future. I am precise. Every delay protected you. Every closed door redirected you. Every tear watered the ground for what is about to grow. Soon, you will look back and realize that the strength you begged me for was being built quietly inside you all along. You will see clarity where there was confusion, stability where there was anxiety, confidence where there was fear. And when that happens, you will know it was my hand that carried you through. So hear me now. If you believe in me, if you trust that your Heavenly Father is working even when you cannot see it, then let this moment be your prayer. Like this video and leave a heartfelt amen in the comments as a sign of your faith. And if you want to stay closer to me, to hear my voice more clearly and walk with me every day, subscribe to this channel. I am with you. I will not leave you, and what is coming will be worth everything you endured.